Hey everyone, it's me, the Meds Beds, and I'm going to talk about something today that will get your penis in a knot. Jordan Peterson. So go ahead and roll the title because he's a piece of shit. Jordan Peterson. He is the anti-SJW savior from above, according to YouTube and all those other websites. I'm not exactly sure why, because I've watched some of his videos, and besides the famous one, you know the one I'm talking about, the famous interview or debate or whatever the hell you want to call it, where it was Jordan Peterson and 3 other trans people, and then this really gay gender studies professor, and he was all like, we don't look at things from the perspective of heteronormativity. We start somewhere else where we look at things through the prospect of Marxism. Gender studies. And then Jordan Peterson was all like, yeah, that's dumb. Pronouns are stupid. And then all the anti-SJWs on the internet were just like, yay. And then after that, he had like $50,000+ coming in a month on Patreon. Pretty cool. Not gonna lie. Super jealous. But with that being said, if you actually look at this guy's speeches and classes and talks, it's really just conservative bullshit. Well, let's focus on the fact that he just doesn't like child-free people. And you might say, what is a child-free person? A child-free person is a person that does not have or does not want biological children at any point in their lives. A lot of people seem to think that being child-free is synonymous with being a third-wave feminist, aka social justice warrior. But it's not. They can connect, I guess. The ideologies can coexist. But just because you're one doesn't necessarily mean you're the other one. So we've established Jordan Peterson doesn't like child-free, but why? Normally, people who don't like the child-free think we're just being selfish and we're living our lives for ourselves and that we're just hollow and empty inside and that we'll never know what love is and we'll never know what self-sacrifice is. However, Jordan Peterson has a very unique perspective on this. It's kind of refreshing, but it's kind of ridiculous. This is pretty much what it is.
The psychological literature is quite clear. If you do moment-to-moment comparisons of people who have kids and people who don't have kids, the people who don't have kids are happier. And so psychologists who tend to get things wrong even when they make intelligent discoveries like that one, immediately, some of them, jump to the conclusion that because happiness is the goal, that, well, there's something about children that, make you unhappy and that's not good. It's like, well, wait a second, maybe that's the wrong metric. It's like, of course you're less happy once you have children because you have to worry about them. But then it isn't, well, if having children doesn't make you happy, the answer isn't don't have children. It's like, don't be so stupid about being happy. That's the answer. It's because there's a nobility in the pursuit, right? And of course, now you're responsible. When you have a new baby, you think, especially if you're a new parent, you think, what the hell is this? And what am I going to do with it? But like, what the hell good are you if you're not doing that? Or something else equally difficult, because you just haven't been called out yet. Unless you take on a responsibility like that. The idea that life is, that happiness is the purpose of life. It's like, great for happiness, man. If it comes along, you should be thrilled that it's visiting you. But the notion that that's what you should pursue, that's the weakest possible notion.
That's right, he's not denying the validity of the studies suggesting that child-free people are happier than non-child-free people. He's suggesting that being happy is not what life is about. The thing is, he's just being the typical person here who believes in objective morality, which is fine. You're entitled to your opinions, but it doesn't really work in someone who thinks of things from the skeptical lens. I can see how you think empathy and selflessness is a good thing, which, I'm not going to argue that, but there's other ways to be selfless besides breeding in a world with 7 billion+ people with finite resources. There's other ways to do that. That's not the only way to be selfless. But ignoring that, what's wrong with doing what you want? I don't understand that. Living a life for yourself. As long as your life, your happiness doesn't impact other people around you. You're not the guy that bulldozes the park to put your own little bar that no one can go to. As long as you're not that guy, who cares, right? Okay, I get it. We need selfless people to help out the disadvantaged, sure. But like I said, having children isn't the only way to be selfless. Not to mention, since when do people have kids that don't want to have kids? Every person I know that has a child of their own insists that they love doing it. They're not sitting here saying this is completely miserable, but look at me, I'm a martyr, I'm a self-sacrificer. No, they love their kid and they enjoy doing that weird little kid shit. I don't understand how, because it's tacky and annoying, and I could never set my foot in a Chuck E. Cheese without taking at least 3 Xanax, but that's just me. Some people like that kind of shit. I don't know what drugs they've taken, but so be it. I can't criticize someone else's hobbies because, you know, different people and shit. Whatever. But I feel like I kind of made a giant circular argument here. I don't know what I'm really getting at. Jordan Peterson is not someone to go to if you want to argue any form of skepticism on the liberal side of things, even if you are an anti-authoritarian left liberal. That one video where he told off that wacky gender studies professor does not mean he's valid in any other area. Lots of people acknowledge that all this gender theory nonsense is bullshit. That doesn't mean we have to respect their opinion on anything else. Also, he's just using his platform to bitch about child-free people because he doesn't like the idea of self-indulgence. And, you know, anyone who's going to criticize self-indulgence that doesn't affect other people, I don't care what they have to say. I really don't, because I disagree with it. There's nothing wrong with being self-indulgent, people. And imagine the toxic message he's really sending, though. He's actually having the audacity to say to a group of young people, probably college students, have kids. Have them. If your instincts are telling you not to, ignore that. You need to suffer. So we're supposed to have kids when our instincts are telling us not to. Look, I'm not going to deny for 5 seconds that some people say that they don't want kids and then they end up having kids later in life and they end up being pretty good parents, and vice versa. However, as someone who has been strictly child-free for 10 plus years now, that I've consistently felt this way since I was 14 or 15 years old, I'm completely disinterested in children. I'm awkward around them. They piss me off. If I go somewhere and I see something like this,
that's abuse.
I just immediately want to crush up a birth control pill and snort it as soon as I can, because that doesn't make me maternal. That doesn't make me want to go, oh, oh. That makes me want to get the fuck in another room. Why would you promote me to take that risk? And I don't have a problem with breeders. We need breeders. There's nothing wrong with having kids. Obviously, we need more people to keep this planet populated. As long as you're not one of those moms that feel the need to come up to me and judge me for my lifestyle, you know what I'm talking about. Oh, yeah, I was like you once. I used to go out to malls and shop and get my nails done. But then I had Preston, and Preston here, you know, he really gave my life meaning. Okay, like, I totally am, like, exhausted all the time, so you should feel sorry for me, and you don't know what love is. Because love is right here in my shirt. It's Preston. And I'm going to post 1,100 pictures of him on Instagram. Because, you know, I know that you want to see my baby as much as I care. And if you don't care, there's something wrong with you. I'm sorry. Sorry that you're like that. Preston. Yeah, that shit's annoying. But, you know, even those people, at least those people and I are on the same page. At least we're butting heads saying who's happier because we both agree that happiness is the key to life. They're just happy by taking care of Preston, and I'm happy by not having any children in my house or near me at most times in my life. But not Jordan Peterson. No, he thinks suffering is what the point of life is. Which, I mean, I really just can't debate because that's just part of the objective morality thing, and he's a Christian. But this fact that he's sitting there arguing Christian morality should be a reason why we don't take him seriously. Like I said, the debate is fine. Put that in your social justice warrior cringe videos. That's great. He pwned them. Cool. But let's not pay attention to him anymore. He's sitting here telling us that we need to self-sacrifice and suffer. I mean, I could go down to the Christian church down the street and hear that shit. I don't want to see that on YouTube. Come on. We're skeptics here. We're supposed to be critically thinking. This is not critically thinking. This is following the morality of a 2,000-year-old book that's telling us that a snake talks. So why don't people that want to have kids, and people who don't want to have kids don't have them? And everyone fuck off and mind their own business. I know. I'm a dreamer, right? It's going to continue to be an argument. But it's just so weird saying, oh, you're completely right, you are a lot more happy than the breeders. But you should be ashamed of that happiness. How dare you do what you want to do? And this guy is followed by a bunch of skeptics. That's beyond me. But whatever, my name is the Medspeds. Another out of character video. Subscribe to my shit. Do it. Fuck off.